Morning, my friends. How nice to see you again. My name is Elizabeth Worm, and I'm the Director of Religious Education at St. Peter's Parish in Mansfield. And I am here to talk to you again about something about catechism, learning about our faith. And today's topic is Earth Day. It's going to be Earth Day this week, and I'm here at Holy Trinity Parish in Bucyrus, and I want to thank again Father Paul and the Holy Trinity parishioners for allowing me to do this. But what we are looking at right here, and I know I've shown you this before, is our creation window. And I want to point something out to you. It's such a beautiful window, and this is my favorite part of the window, is that we have this beautiful hand of God. You can see the fingers and the hand and everything happening there and all these rays coming out of it. And right at the bottom of the ray is the sun. And it shows how God started the whole thing, how he started creation. And when we look in the book of Genesis, it talks about how God incrementally, a little time or a little bit at a little bit, created the world. And at the end of each day of creation, he said, and it is good. And at the end of all his creations, he created man. And man, he put in charge of taking care of the earth. Now, one of our greatest Catholic social teachings is about caring for God's creation. And I'm going to read this to you right from my phone. Also, God's creation. And it says, we show our respect for the Creator by our stewardship of creation. Care for the earth is not just for Earth Day, but it's a requirement of our faith. We are called to protect people and the planet, living our faith in relationship with all of God's creation. That means we're in charge of taking care of everything. And do we do a good job? Sometimes we do and sometimes we don't. Do we recycle as much as we could? Do we make sure that we don't throw our trash on the ground? Do we work for things like companies being responsible for the different chemicals that they use and disposing of them correctly? Okay, and a saint that is being celebrated, it was actually celebrated last week, is Saint Kateri. And Saint Kateri, she's a patron of the environment, and she has a very interesting story. Saint Kateri was a Mohawk indigenous person. She was born to a Mohawk father and an Algonquin mother. And her mother was a Christian, her father was not. And at a very young age, she lost both her mother and her father and her younger brother to smallpox, which is a disease. And Kateri actually got the disease, but she didn't die from it. But smallpox left her in a weakened state. She wasn't very healthy, and she actually had pock marks all over her face. But when the Jesuits came, they were talking to people, and Kateri really, really liked the Jesuits, and she really believed in what they said. And so she started to learn more about the Catholic faith and wanted to become a Catholic. But that was completely against the rules. And so to do so, she was under the care of her uncle, who was raising her. He was completely against it. She kind of did it in secret. And she learned more about the Catholic faith. She learned more about the Catholic faith. She started practicing the Catholic faith. She spent a lot of time in front of the Blessed Sacrament, the Eucharist. And eventually, she got baptized and took on the name Catherine. After a while, she realized that living with her uncle was not the best choice for her. And she, under the advisement of some other people, she took off and went to a Christian community. Because she was not very well, and even though when she went to the Christian community, she did a lot of great things. She was known for caring for the poor people and for the older people there, and tending to their needs and praying constantly for everybody there. But she died at a very young age of 24. And when she died, all the little pox on her face disappeared. She is known as the Lily of the Mohawks and is known for protecting the environment. And you might say, what does this story have to do with anything else? Because we're called to protect the environment. And so our challenge this week is on this Earth Day week, what can you do to protect the environment? I know for my family, my little boys and I, we participate in our parish paper drive. People bring newspapers and different papers and cardboard boxes and whatnot, and we help box them up. And sometimes we help take them to a big truck that takes them and recycles them into something new. In your own homes, if you are drinking out of aluminum cans or you're using plastic bottles, can you recycle those? If you are walking down the street, can you pick up trash? As long as you have on gloves and all the safety equipment to do so. What is it that you can do to help make our environment more beautiful? So that would be a challenge. The second challenge, and I'm going to give you two this week, is get out into the environment and just notice it. Notice its beauty. God's creation is so beautiful. So think about, pick one blade of grass out, because we have a lot of grass right now because it's been such a beautiful spring. Um, how is that created? God's the only one that can create something like that. We can plant seeds, but God's the only one that can create it. Look at the beauty of it. We had a snowstorm this week. God's the only one that can create that. So get out there and work your muscles, have some fun, play in the environment, and just praise God for all the beauty that's out there. I hope you have a great week, and we will see you soon. Bye.